All right, here's the 2nd down and 5 play from Super Bowl 59. We're going to look at Travis Kelce here on this split zone, and I'm trying to decide if he just blew this block or if he didn't care or what. But I tell you what, if this was one of my players and I saw this, I'd have some words for him. So we got a 2nd and 5. It's 11 personnel. So here's my tight end. There's Kelce, and there's my back right there. So I got 11 personnel. The formation to start out is cluster 3 here and 1 to the top. So this is cluster 31. Backfield is gun far because the back is offset away from the tight end. All right, now we're going to get motion by Worthy. All right, you can see that Cooper DeJean is chasing him across. So that's an indication right there that this is man coverage. All right, so he's going to chase him across. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be man coverage, but 99% of the time that means man coverage. All right, so he's chasing him across there. Now I'm going to freeze it there. Now, this is very just typical split zone. Split zone means this. The offensive line is blocking zone, so they're all going to be blocking in the same direction. Okay, so they're all blocking sort of in the same direction like this. This is zone blocking as opposed to man blocking or gap scheme. All right, and then you'll get Travis Kelce will be going back against the grain to kick out the end here. Okay, and the idea is that we can get an extra blocker on the weak side of this formation by dragging Kelce across the back here and hopefully end up with a numbers advantage for the offense back here where he ends up. So what he ends up doing here is he's supposed to kick out the end here, Sweat, and just look at the way he does this. So the main things here that I'm looking at is see the angle that I've drawn here for his block. Notice how he goes much flatter than this. So he has to anticipate that when the line starts blocking on the backside, they're actually going to gain some ground on the defensive line. So they're going to crash and move the defensive line backwards. So as you can see here, the left tackle, left guard, see how that surface has moved down the field now a little bit. So now his aiming point should really be even steeper in here. Okay. But he carries this across the field so flat that he ends up knocking off the running back. Watch this, boom. You see Hunt just runs right into him because he's not going downhill to attack Sweat. All right. Now, when he does get to Sweat, look at this effort. He barely throws an elbow at him. I don't know. It's kind of gross to me. And maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you guys can see something that I can't see. But to me, this is just a very, very routine split zone, and he is not giving any effort. And this is I think this is the first quarter. So I'm not sure what the story is there. I know he's getting old. I know he's had a long, rough season, and he's talked about how tired he is. But, come on. All right, from this angle. So one thing we're going to look at from this angle is Zach Bond and Oren Burks. Okay, so these two, if they're in man coverage, Bond would be keyed in on the tight end here, and Burks would be keyed on the running back. All right. So look, you can notice how because Bond is sort of keyed in on Kelce here, he sees the pull right away. All right, and we would treat this like a contradiction. So even though the back step to our left, Kelce going back against the grain here, that's considered a pull, and that is a contradiction. So we're going to honor the contradiction here, and both linebackers should rock back in the opposite direction now to play gaps on the other side of their original. Okay, so they'll rock back like this. Okay, so now Burks gets this a little late because his key is the back, whereas Bond's key is the tight end. So Bond's going to see this a little quicker than Burks will. But you notice how he shouts it over to him. You can't hear it, but see how he's pointing? He's probably saying pull, 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 or something to that effect to let Burks know, hey, you need to rock back because we got another extra gap on the weak side now. All right, so Burks does get that message at some point. I'm not sure if it's because he saw Kelce pulling or if he heard Bond, but either way, you can tell Bond is using pretty good communication there. All right, but again, look at Kelce on this angle. I'm not saying Travis Kelce isn't a great player. He has been a great player in this league for a long time. Lots of success, and he's done a lot of great things. This, however, is just, to me, unacceptable. That play has no chance to go anywhere, and it really just starts with the effort. So I'm interested to know what you guys think about that. Is that just bad effort, or is there something else going on there that I can't see?